Hey there, hi there, Libras, and welcome to your reading with me, Priscilla B. I'm going to be doing a Witch's Road reading for you at this time. So it's going to be like the Triple Moon Goddess spread, and we're going to be journeying. We're going to go on a journey, there we go, down the Witch's Road, okay? We're going to leave the witches behind and go hang out with our witches. Because they're so much more fun. The Witch's Road, okay, the Witch's Tarot is what I'm going to be using for this by Ellen Dugan. Okay, as I will it, so shall it be. Maiden, mother, and crone, now guide my hand and heart. Show me your wisdom today by this witch's art. With the power of 3 times 3, as I will it, so shall it be. All right, so let's see here. All right, the Triple Moon Goddess spread. Listen to the words of the Great Mother, Doreen Valentine. Okay, so basically here what we have is the Maiden, Mother, and Crone. Okay, and so we repeat this charm. Now guide my hand and heart. Show me your wisdom today by this witch's art. With the power of 3 times 3, as I will it, so shall it be. All right, the maiden shows you the possibilities, your hopes and dreams, and what yet may be. Okay, so the first 3 cards I have for you are the Strength card. And you're going to need it, Libra, because there are some really toxic, nasty people in the world that I feel like are really jealous of you, Libra, and are throwing shade on you, are throwing hate on you, and these are the haters, and they're not pretty people. They're not pretty people. They have not done the shadow work that they need to do. And a lot of them are scared too. They're scared to face their own shadow. They're scared to face their own, side there to that. Okay. Okay, and then we have here the Empress card. Wow, I'm loving it. Look at this beautiful Empress energy. Loving mother, nurturer, caregiver. And then we have the Page of Swords. Okay. So, let's see here. The maiden shows us the possibilities, our hopes and dreams, and what yet may be, Libra. Okay, so let's take a look here at this Empress energy. And the Strength card, too. Let's see. Okay, so Strength. Okay. We have here gentle strength, calmness, fortitude, and quiet personal power. Okay. An auburn-haired woman sits quietly at dawn with a large male lion at her side. The lion is magnificent, and he leans contently into the woman for comfort. She is smiling, calm, and able to control the lion by her demeanor and touch alone. The woman is crowned with green oak leaves. These represent strength. A lemniscate, the infinity symbol, glows above the woman's head and shows that she is a spiritual, magical being. Her gown is white and red. Both of these colors are associated with the goddess. Around her neck are 8 glowing rubies. The number of these fiery stones is a reminder that a link to the number of her major arcana card. The necklace is an important symbol for the woman in the card, as the ruby is known for enhancing a positive and courageous state of mind. A garland of lush red roses signify harmony and beauty, drapes over the lion and the woman, linking them together, which brings up the question of who has strength in this card. The woman for her quiet strength, power, and enjoyment of the situation, or the lion for being strong enough to tame his wilder impulses, to have self-control and to allow himself the pleasure of the experience. That's your Strength card. Okay, so when this card turns up in a reading, it is a reminder that brute force is not necessary in the current situation. However, the wise use of personal power, self-control, determination, and strength of character are. Sometimes the strongest thing we can do is to have confidence in ourselves and our personal power to be strong enough to work calmly and with determination through any challenges we may face, carefully and in complete control of ourselves. Okay? And that's the thing, is like, you're around people right now who are feeling helpless, the inhibition here, fear, doubt, control issues. Like, when someone doesn't feel in control of their own life, then they try to like project it onto other people. And I feel for you, Libra, like you are in control of your life. And like, if you're going through something here and you're dealing with an issue where you're like trying to show support or show help to somebody, and you're doing it from a place of courage and strength and willpower and determination, the results you get back, like, you'll get results back from people who are going to show you love, are going to show you support, who understand what you're trying to do, and they are going to help you get through whatever difficulties and challenges you're facing to the best of their abilities. And it's going to be like a mutual form of respect and friendship and like just general kindness. But there's going to be people that see that you are like going through something, and they are going to use that to attack you, right? They're going to use that to create a narrative or paint a picture about you that just isn't true. Like, there are plenty of times where, you know, you could run out of gas, for example, and you could be stranded on the side of the road, for example, and you could reach out to a coworker, for example, and that coworker comes through for you because they know you and they know you know, this kind of stuff happens all the time, and they want to help you. Then there's on the other side of the spectrum, and I kid you not, this is like, this exact story happened, okay? From real life experience here, okay? So I knew someone who, their car died on the side of the road because they didn't have enough gas, and they were broke that week, and they reached out to a coworker, and that coworker helped them out. On the other side, okay, and it's, you know, and these two people are siblings. Okay, so this is a real true story here. The other sibling also was broke that week, also ran out of money that week, and their car was going on empty. And out of concern for the one particular individual, because I was connected with them more personally on a more personal level, I reached out to a coworker to ask them for help because I thought that everyone was friends and worked together and had general like kindness for each other. Turns out that this coworker that I reached out to decided that she was like too uncomfortable even messaging me back, went and told her boyfriend, and then went to the person I know and was like, basically like talking poorly and badly about me and the person I know, and sort of using the situation to like kind of make fun of us, sort of, and like make us feel like less than equal to them, and like we're like lowly peasant serfs or something, and they're like these rich, high, haughty-taughty like people. And I'm just like, ew, gross, like nasty behavior. So there are individuals who are on our path that help us and love us and care for us and respect us and show us kindness. And then there are other types of people that if we're going through a struggle, they use it to hurt us, or they use it to twist it into some form of conflict. And it's really despicable, really, honestly. These people are just not well. Like, they're not right in the head at all. But that is the unfortunate like side to it. You know, there's the dark side and there's the light side, you know. Obviously they chose, you know, to join the Sith Lord. But like, you know, you have to like sort of just, when these types of moments happen in your life, these types of realizations, this is when strength comes into play. This is when you're like, you know what? I'm going to call out this behavior and be like, this is like, you're the one making this awkward. Like, you could have just said, oh, sorry, I can't, like, I don't have the money or whatever. Like, you don't have to make it a thing. You know what I'm saying? It's like almost like they don't care about you, or they don't care about the person you know that you're trying to help. And they've come across as like two-faced and fake. So, when those types of realizations happen, it's really like they're being childish, they're being immature, and you can call it out like it is. You can be like, wow, you are really like not a nice person, are you? like, dang, really? I didn't think of you like that, but I guess that's who you are now. Or maybe you were always like that. I don't know. Whatever changed for you, I guess. But anyways, so moving on from that, we have the Empress energy. Okay, the mother archetype. Okay, and she comes in to sort of save the day and just be like, you know what, this is childish and immature, and I'm not going to deal with this. Like you can fight amongst yourselves. Like you can figure it out on your own. You know what I'm saying? Like, just not my job, not my problem. Like the Empress, she does let everyone know, like, this is what I'm doing and this is what needs to be done, and if we work together, then great. But if you want to like create more conflicts and more challenges and more situations, like, that is not appropriate. Like, it's just not appropriate. Like, we don't need to create more drama, more conflict, more chaos. They just kind of like the voice of reason here, in the sense, I don't know what kind of mom you had or whatever, but like, we can even draw from like characters that we see in movies and in TV and in books. It's like when a mom is like trying to do something in a motherly, nurturing, caring way, and then that can be rejected. That energy can definitely be rejected, and I'm sure you've experienced that, Libra. But it's not so much the rejection, it's how people do their projections. And instead of just being polite and courteous and being like, whatever, I'm sorry, I can't today, or whatever, like a general mutual respectful conversation, it channels into some toxic, horrible narrative that it's not your narrative to be a part of any longer. You say, you know what, it was nice talking to you, even though you didn't even talk to me and you didn't have the time of day to respond to me. Like, you're a bitch. Like, you are. And you're ugly. So there you go. Have it that way. The Empress is seated on a cushioned golden throne surrounded by nature. Her throne is embellished with patterns of 5-petaled roses and wheat. The 5-petaled flower creatures, a natural pentagram, and the flowers and sheaves of wheat link her back to the ancient mother goddess, Demeter and Isis. The Empress is pregnant in this card, indicating her fertility. She is the great mother goddess, and the 12 stars that form a halo around her head represent the signs of the zodiac. She holds in her hand a scepter, denoting her power over all of the natural world. The beautiful Empress wears a bright green gown, another link to the powers of life, growth, and nature. The 9 pearls around the Empress's throat symbolize the 9 classic planets, and pearls are a symbol of basic organic creativity. A heart-shaped copper shield with a stylized Venus symbol rests to the side of her throne. This card has the astrological association of the planet. Venus, and copper is the metal associated with the planet. The Empress's shield reminds us to protect and cherish the love in our lives. The lush forest, green grass, and the river that cascades down the slope are more depictions of sacred feminine symbolism. The background sky with the heavy gray clouds holds the promise of rain and life coming to the land. The wildflowers and wheat growing in the foreground of the scene correspond to the abundance of the harvest, and they represent prosperity and resources. Finally, the rabbit that sits contently at the Empress's feet is another nod to the energy and awesome powers of fertility, creation, and nature. Yeah, and that's the thing, is like, there's gonna be this energy where there's like domestic problems, infertility, problems with parental or romantic relationships. Like, I feel like whatever these energies are that are trying to like sort of like seep their way into your life and into your journey, okay, like Libra, you have to just block them out. okay? And the universe is showing up in a way, or like channeling in that true moon goddess energy, okay? It's channeling in that energy that's like the maiden is coming off strong here, okay? Like she's already going from the maiden straight to the mother with just these two cards alone. So already I feel like for you, Libra, you're constantly dealing with an energy that is trying to create problems and instead of helping you solve them, okay? That's not the kind of energy you want in your life, okay? It's one thing, and the universe wants you to start to see that. And it can be hard at first because you're kind of like, you are kind of caught off guard a little bit because you're just like, okay, since when aren't these people friends, or since when are these people kind to each other? But you don't know what's going on in their own personal lives. Like this person who is acting ugly and acting just despicable towards you, okay, like that person might be going through some stuff right now, okay? And even though you're going through stuff too, you're handling it in a way that isn't like, oh, this is somebody else's problem or this is somebody else's fault. You're handling it like the Empress. You're like, okay, well, you know, since I am in this position where I might be able to help, I'll see if I can help. And then the response you get back, if it's a pleasant response, that's a great, go that way, go that direction. That person wants to be Team Libra. If you get a negative, nasty response, that person is not on your team. That person is having their issues today. Okay, they're having major problems in their life and they want to project them onto you. So they're not going to be part of your team anymore, okay? Like, they need to go sit in the corner. Like, no, I don't. Just block them, really block them. This is Motherhood, Fertility, and Power of Nature card. When this card appears in a reading, it is a message from the Mother Goddess to respect the force and power of nature and the body's ability to reproduce. If the Empress card appears in a reading, along with the Ace of Wands or the Ace of Cups, then it symbolizes pregnancy or the conception may be likely at this time. New creative ideas in the world. Protect and cherish the loving relationship in your life. Focus on your family, your home, and enjoy the energy and excitement your children bring into your life. Birth your new ideas. Embrace creativity in your own sexuality and work joyously and respectfully within the powers of nature. The mother aspect of the goddess, bringing new ideas into existence. Feminine power, love, sexuality, motherhood, fertility, birth, creativity, hearth and home. Protecting love in your life. Full moon magic, the power of nature. The deities associated with this are Aphrodite, Venus, Demeter, Gaia, Isis, Inanna, Mother Nature, the mother goddess Selene, the planet Venus here, which is the planet of love here. So you have all of these like positive energies and influences that do support you and that understand you, and you are going to have the haters, and you are going to have the trolls, and you are going to have, you know, the toxic people that are jealous of you, or, you know, they want to create problems for you. And it's not a fun energy to be in, and you don't have to be in that energy. You can block that energy out of your life for good, okay? And that's exactly what you should do, all right? So that moves us to the Page of Swords. Okay. Also, a mom is kind of like that type of energy that's like, I just like want to give you a piece of my mind right now. Like, I don't know who raised you, but you weren't raised right. Like, I'm just saying. And I don't, like, we're dealing with like adults here, okay? We're not, like, this is why it makes it so, like, hilarious. Like, just people acting childish, people acting foolish, and you're just like, we all live in this world together. I don't know why we can't just all get along. Like, okay, I see how it is. Okay, whatever. You're lost, I guess. All right, so we have the Page of Swords, okay? So, a tall, thin teenage boy stands on a green plain. A strong breeze is blowing his metal hawk pendant that he wears as a talisman around his neck. In both hands, the Page of Swords easily holds a sword aloft. He is checking himself for the moment and is intensely reviewing the situation. Will he strike out and defend himself, or will he put the sword down? It could go either way. As he appears to be putting you on notice and psyching himself up for a passable battle all at the same time, his shirt is a soft cloudy gray color with yellow trim and pale blue hawks embroidered on the sleeves. This traditional heraldry symbolizes that he is impatient and will not stop until his goals are reached. Behind him are blue skies and white fluffy fair weather clouds. Off in the far distance, at the horizon, mountains can be seen. In this core card, the element of the air is paired with the intensity and quick, moody reactions of a young man. It is anybody's guess as to whether he will rein in his temper and react appropriately. When this card lands in a reading, it means that you need to think quickly and act decisively, but keep your temper in check. You need to remain vigilant and to be on guard for trouble or conflict, but you should use your wit and not brute force. You do have the ability to quickly put an end to nonsense and petty arguments with either quick actions or a few well-chosen words. This card may physically represent an intense, impulsive, and active young person with brown hair and green or hazel eyes. The hawk symbolizes message, and when it appears in your life, it is always a sign from a deity to pay attention to what is going on around you. The message of the Page of Swords is that caution, cleverness, and tact are needed at this time. Try for tact before you take a swipe at your opponent. Vigilance, caution, standing on guard for trouble or conflict, putting an end to petty conflicts with a few well-chosen words, an intense and intelligent young man. Air and earth. Air is a suit of swords related natural element, while all four of the pages are associated with the practical element of earth. Tension, rash actions, using physical force when it is unnecessary. And yeah, that's the thing about this energy, okay? It's like, I don't know if you are a mom watching this or not, but let me know. But I am a mom, and I will have to say, like, this young energy of, like, it's kind of like when you give a child a responsibility, okay? And we're, like, I'm not even, like, you see that child, like, wants the responsibility. They want to learn. They want to develop new skills. And you are a little bit hesitant at first because maybe it's a little bit, like, risky or scary. I don't know. But, like, for example, like, giving your daughter roller skates. Okay, there we go. Roller skates, okay? Like, you're scared that she's going to get hurt, right? But you also know that she really wants to try and she really wants to learn. So you prepare her for that and you get everything ready for that. And then you help her with that. And then once she gets more confidence and more strength and more courage in herself, then you start to give her a little bit more freedom, a little more and a little more. And over time, you start to see how she starts gaining more confidence in herself and building more strength within herself. The Page of Swords, in this particular situation, we're not dealing with like an actual child, okay? We're dealing with an energy from an adult that you want to be mature. You know, they're at that age now where they should be mature. Right? We all know the irony in that statement alone. But they are quick to action, okay? They are quick to going straight from a problem to, like, a reaction of that problem instead of waiting and really looking and thinking about it and then resolving the situation. It's like I feel like you trusted this adult, but now their response to your trust is immature and childish. And so your response is, okay, I see you acting like a kid, and I guess I have to play the mom role here. I guess I have to play the Empress card here, and I have to be like, you know what? Like, you're not being responsible. Like, you're not being respectful. Like, some of those things you have, like, you're the teacher, okay? Like, you kind of have to say it like it is. Like, you're going to be like, I'm going to call it what it is. Like, you're being not a nice person, Okay. And also, like, I'm sorry I thought you were. I know, I have a little bit of salt on there, right? Keep it salty. You know, but like, it is what it is. Like, you know, people are going to act a certain type of way towards you because they do see you with great strength and great courage. They do see you as the Empress energy. So it makes sense that on the other side of that, we have this, right? We have someone who's not acting their age, and it's an adult. So you're kind of like, I know children that are more mature than you. Like, I know kids that are kinder than you. Like, there's something wrong with you people. Like, you need help. You really need help, honestly. But it's, you know, they're gonna do that. And if people are gonna act like rude and disrespectful to you, and then try to like paint you as rude and disrespectful when you just are asking for like basic common stuff that people ask for each other every day, like, they're blurring the lines, okay? And we're not here to blur lines. The sword doesn't blur the lines. Even if this sword is used to create more conflict and more chaos, we know at the end of the day that it's being used in the incorrect way. Just like me, when you're a mom and you teach your child that, like, no, this is the way we hold the scissors, right? Or like, no, this is the way, you know, we prepare food and cut apples and stuff like that. Like, those type of things, like, it's a tough hurdle to get over, but it's not impossible. But there are other grown adults that are still acting like very childish toward you and creating drama and creating conflict. And that's where we need to draw the line, and we need to say, you know what, enough of the BS. Okay, I'm not going to spend my whole day going back and forth over this. Like, you're being rude and disrespectful, and sorry that you are rude and disrespectful, but like, it's not my fault that you're rude and disrespectful. It's not my fault that you're fake. So I'm sorry I thought you were actually a good person. That's what I'm sorry about. I'm not sorry that I called you out on being a bad person. I'm not sorry about that. No, you are a bad person. You're doing bad things. And like, you're an adult. You shouldn't be acting that way. And the more you act that way, the more that becomes who you are. So maybe change who you are. I don't know, maybe just a little bit, you know, maybe just a little bit. So moving into the mother energy shows that how your projects and goals have come to fruition and what is happening right now. Oh, the lovers. Oh my God, this is so beautiful. Yes. The angel blessing the two lovers, blessing the union. Beautiful. This card always reminds me of like The Princess Bride. Really sad what happened to the guy who created that movie, and his wife. But anyways, mental illness is a real thing. So looking at this lover's energy here, okay? So strength, courage, lovers. Okay, let's look at this lover's energy. Lovers. A pair of young lovers share an intimate moment in a beautiful spring garden filled with blooming trees, flowers, and a stream. Above and behind the couple, coming out of the clouds, an angel watches over the pair. The sun illuminates the winged angel, and the angel is reaching out and blessing the bond between the couple in a shower of beautiful glowing light, representing harmony and messages. The angel gently reminds us that love enlightens and heals. And that's the thing. It's like, you are operating from a place of love, Libra. These other energies are not operating from a place of love, okay? And that's the huge difference that you're seeing here, okay? The couple is on the verge of a kiss. Romance is in the air. And once the couple does kiss, their emotional commitment begins and their destinies will forever be entwined. They are about to discover whether they have chosen well. The Lover's card is a card of choice, made, and romance. It is a wonderful illustration of the balance of opposites and the power of attraction. Classically, the man represents reason and the woman symbolizes emotions. The woman wears a rosy pink gown, the color of love and soft, happy emotions. She has six pink roses in her red hair. The 6 roses are a nod to the number of this card, which symbolizes the balance of opposites. Pink roses in particular stand for romantic love. In bloom at the couple's feet are daffodils and hyacinths. I can never say that word. These magical flowers and the enchantment of chivalry and new love to the meaning of this card. The Lovers is a card of relationships and choice. And that's the thing here, is that you are entering a new stage, Libra, where you are choosing who you want to be in relationships with and who you don't want to be in relationships with. And as you start to make your own choices for yourself, okay, and start to speak up about what you want in your life and the love you feel you deserve, you are going to be hit with people who are going to try to pull you back in, okay, because they want you to follow their like cracked up narrative, okay? like these people need some help, okay? But you're leaving them behind because you're going down the witch's road, okay? And that's what these cards really are doing here, is like they're preparing you for that. If you haven't felt this already, okay? This card illustrates the power of love, desire, destiny, romance, and attraction. It celebrates challenges overcome so that 2 lovers can be together. The angel in this major arcana card may be thought of as a matchmaker, but she may also be a protective force for the couple. The angel is a symbol of destiny. She is there to show us how every choice we can make affect our future. The angel reminds us to choose wisely. Sexual love, beauty, a romantic relationship, decisions, commitment, choices to be made. The choice you make now will affect your future love heals. The deities associated here are Eros and Psyche, Isis and Osiris. The astrological association here is Gemini. That's that like duality, and that energy that you're experiencing with the duality here, it's a message for you. So I don't know if some of you have Gemini in your charts or not, but basically Gemini is the twins. It's a duality, okay? And what you're experiencing right now is that duality. You are seeing the light side of life, the love side of life, the protective side of life, the nurturing, guidance, mother energy, and then you're seeing the other side of it where you have a lot of people dealing with a lot of shit and trying to pull you into it and project it onto you as well. And you're like, snip, snip. Like, no thank you. Not today, my friend. And also, the other thing too is I feel like you're also experiencing an energy that is not coming from a lover, that is coming from maybe like an ex-lover or something, a masculine energy that's very toxic, okay? And they have like there's this like new term that I feel like perfectly describes like a narcissist, and it's like what is it? Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. Okay, that story is about a doctor who creates this toxic, like, elixir, and he drinks it, and it turns him into this like crazy man that's like really violent and stuff, or something like that. I don't know exactly how the whole story goes, but yeah, I mean, like this guy. Like whoever this ex is exactly like that. And you don't want to be with someone like that, okay? You want to be with somebody who has desire for you, who is like threaded into the fabric of your destiny, and there's romance and attraction. You might even be dreaming about that person. And I feel like the angel's hand, like they are channeling in an energy that is like, it could be a hand touching your arm, and it could be your soulmate, it could be your lover. I don't know, maybe. But it's definitely not whoever this ex is. Relationship issues, poor choices made, ignoring problems, spats and squabbles. Yeah, like you're like, you know what? I don't want to be part of this conversation if it's going to be like this, because ew, gross. I'm good, thanks. And that's the thing, is like You are never ignoring problems, okay? You are never making poor choices, okay? Like, you are making choices based off of protecting yourself, protecting those that you love and care for, and doing what's in their best interest, to the best of your abilities. And I think this energy that's like projecting onto you, it's having its own relationship issues, and it's trying to put you in a place where you're like you're involved in their relationship issues or something, and you're just like, I don't want to be in your relationship issues. Like, I like thought you guys were like friends with me, but I guess not. Like, I guess you guys are rude as people, but okay. Um, So then we move into the next energy in the next card, and we have the Two of Wands. Okay, so planning and preparing for a journey. Okay, and I definitely sense that energy, because I think if you haven't started feeling this type of energy already, where you're getting love and desire and passion, okay, and that's not showing up in your life yet, I feel like it is going to come through for you. But you have to like get yourself ready. You have to get yourself pumped up, and you have to leave behind whatever was no longer serving you, like, and serving you in a good, positive way. And there's lessons here. Like, the only lesson I see here though right now is that you're realizing that there are certain people you can trust, and there are certain people you can't trust. Okay? And the people you can't trust, they are dumb AF. Okay, that's why you can't trust them, because they don't have the skill set that you have. Okay, like, and that's the truth. That's the truth of it. Like, you don't have to tell them that in so many words. You don't have to say like, okay, you guess you don't have the skills to like function like a normal person. Okay, but you can definitely let them know and be like, so I didn't know that you were this much of a rude, nasty person, but thanks for making me aware. Now I have a reason to not talk to you anymore. I mean, it's as simple as that, really. Simple as that. All right, so looking at this Two of Wands, because you have to leave the old behind in order to make way for the new. So we have here, this card represents partial success. Okay. It also says here that calico cats are considered to be lucky, and their three colors are said to represent the triple goddess. The calico cat is his ally and friend, and is a symbol of mentoring, support, and friendly advice that will help to guide him to success. Okay? So it's kind of like you're familiar. Okay? And that's the thing too, is like, when you go on the witch's road, you're going to realize and see that there are some people who are going to support that, and who are going to be friends with you, or there can be animals that are your familiars, and there are going to be people who are not like that, and that's fine too. Like, you know, so while others may think you hold the world in the palm of your hand, you may still feel like you are unsure of where to go next. Yeah, and that's the thing, is like, when you reach out to someone for support because you're not sure what to do, and you're like reaching out to someone you thought was a friend, and their response is like really juvenile and bitchy, you know, like, you know that this person is not a loving, kind, respectful individual, and it's a harsh reality in a way, in a sense, but also at the same time it is a blessing, because it might not feel like a blessing at first, but eventually over time, as you like think about it and like really like take a moment to like reflect on everything that you've seen and everything that you've done so far and everything that this person has done so far, you're going to start to see like their life isn't as, you know, rosy and beautiful as they may portray it to be. And you're not one of those people to like say something about that because you know, that's not your place or that's not your business. But when they think it's their place and their business to tell you how to act or tell you what to do, you can just be like, oh, no, sweetie. Like, I thought you were genuinely a good person, and you're generally not a good person. So, there is a partial success, and you may feel like you are at the halfway point of your personal goals. There are choices and serious decisions to be made. But look around you. There is help, support, and advice from a mentor. Take their good advice, can't talk, right? And enjoy this new business or career opportunity. Finally, this card can symbolize a successful business partnership. Preparation for a favorable change, partial success, good advice from a mentor, successful business partnerships. Okay? Yeah, you know, just count your blessings, you know, like you have so much love and so much support here, Libra. And I know I said that earlier, but I'm just going to say it again because this is a long reading. You have the support of the Strength card. You have the support of the Empress. You have the support of the Lovers. Like, you don't need other energies that are not loving and not supporting in your life. You don't need that in your life. As soon as you sense one teeny tiny little bit of information, of feeling, of energy that doesn't sit right with you, block it. Just block it. Okay? Report as spam. Because it is spam. It's like energetic spam. It really is. Okay, so the final card here for the Mother energy is the King of Swords. Wow. I'm glad this came out. Look, the Page of Swords to the King of Swords. See, you need a King of Swords. You need a real man. I don't know who I'm talking to, but someone out there needs to hear that right now, okay? Like, you need a real man. You don't need this immature child-ish, like, player, douchey, like, doesn't take life seriously type of person. No offense to the Page of Swords. I'm sure once they do some shadow work, once they mature a little bit, you know, go on the witch's road, they'll, you know, transform into a King of Swords, but they're not there yet. And that's why I'm getting the sense that this is more of like an ex-lover, because, you know, you can make time for teaching and mentoring your, you know, if you want to. But if you're teaching and mentoring someone who is already an adult and they don't even, like, they're being rude and disrespectful to you when you're literally like, I'm trying to help, and then they throw it back in your face, ugh, that person hasn't learned any life lessons yet. That person has not learned. And you would think, because you know this person personally, and you would think that based on everything they've gone through so far, you would think that they learned the lessons the first time around, but they don't. They keep repeating the same behavior over and over and over again. They haven't done the shadow work. They haven't learned any of their lessons, or they're refusing to embrace the lesson. You've moved way past that. That's why you're being rewarded with this King of Swords. Very intellectual, smart, intelligent, mature, masculine energy. You might even have to channel it yourself sometimes, that like mature energy, just to deal with things. But, you know, once you do that, you're going to start to see that things are going to work out. Okay, Libra? And the King of Swords also is going to be like honest and truthful. And it might come off a little blunt at first. And, you know, that's the thing, is like, you're not, sometimes a little bluntness is needed. I don't care what ChatGPT says. Because because I've asked ChatGPT like about situations and challenges, and I even read this news article where tarot readers do rely on AI for certain things, and I like AI in the sense that it can like summarize my readings and help me as like sort of like a co-creator. But when I ask ChatGPT about like interpersonal relationships, it blows my mind on how it's like you need to be honest with people. They don't always want to hear it, but sometimes you need to be honest with them. Okay? That's like the one thing I wish like ChatGPT would like learn. So the King of Swords is an authority figure. When this card swords into a reading, you need to be aware that your actions may be called into question. This is a card for rulers, leaders, and the wielders of justice. The King of Swords has links to the Emperor and Justice cards, as the King of Swords concerns himself with matters of right and wrong. And that's what Libra, like you are the scales of justice. Like that is your sign. Justice is your sign. So when you see something out of balance, you naturally tend to want to balance those scales. And also personal integrity and honor. This card quietly calls into question the wisdom of your personal choices, and he also announces that it is time to turn your knowledge into action. This man sees the world in black or white. There are no shades of gray for him. He is successful, clever, reserved, and a tad intellectual. He has a good head for business and may be a member of the armed forces or security guard, a detective, or a police officer. The King of Swords also represents a mature man with brown hair and dark eyes who values his integrity above all else. He relies heavily on his common sense and believes in only what can be proven. Like the best kings of old, he is a wise and fair leader who sits in judgment because he must, and who is ready to defend his kingdom should the situation deem it necessary. The lesson of the King of Swords is to turn your knowledge into action while remaining fair and just. Okay? An air sign man, authority, a fair leader, judgment, justice, reason, logic, truth, ethics, honor, swiftly turning knowledge into action. Air and air. Air is a suit of swords, related natural element. All four of the kings are also associated with the wise and thoughtful element of air. There's also an Aquarius energy here. A judgmental, arrogant person, a domineering, unkind man, a dangerous individual. Yeah, that was definitely like your ex, okay? So, you know, like, I also feel like that is also an energy of a lot of toxic masculines that have been around you for a long time too, that maybe your ex brought you around, and also maybe they were like friends with, right? Like co-workers with or something, and a lot of that toxic masculine energy projected onto you. So, you know, you have to really separate yourself from that, okay? Because it's not helping you on your journey. What is going to help you is when you allow this authority, fair leader, justice, reason, logic, truth, ethics, honor, when you let that energy around you, I feel like that is like a powerful energy that you need in your life right now to help guide you and move you forward. You know, you want to leave the past behind and you want to move forward, okay? So, speaking of going forward, we have the crow energy, okay? Or crow. What do I think of that? Oh, because I do really want to read one of these crow messages to you from the shadow world. And let's see. Oh, yeah. Whew, that's a good one. Faith. Hold on to faith in yourself and your journey. It strengthens resilience and optimism. Okay? So don't lose faith here. Okay, Libra? I know it's easier said than done, but you can do this. Okay? Believe in yourself. Now, the crone energy here shows you the outcome and your karma, things that are unseen and what you may be unaware of or afraid to face. Oh my gosh. High Priestess. Wow. Look at that, Libra. Right? She is the pillars of black and white, right? She does see the gray and she is familiar with it, okay? And trusting her intuition, trusting your intuition here, this is your future. The High Priestess is your future here, okay? And then we have The Three of Cups. Okay, yes, beautiful energy, the power of 3. Look at that. Okay, and that's what you want right now. You want 3 beautiful forces of energy, of feminine energy, to support you, to guide you, to channel you into your higher self, to your higher consciousness, your higher awareness. And you want to celebrate it with those that deserve your time and your energy. And then we have the Justice card at the end, Libra. We have your card from the tarot, your energy, your destiny. Trust your intuition, celebrate in your victories, celebrate in your times of need to feel loved and to feel supported, and have those people around you in your life, and leave behind the people of your past who were dragging you down and not treating you right. Okay, so let's see here, the High Priestess. Okay. Oh, and the Justice card. Actually, you know what? I'll just read Justice for you first, okay? When this Justice card appears in a reading, you need to ask yourself what is out of balance and what sort of justice you are looking for. What is it that seems so unfair in your life? What actions of yours have brought you to this point? This card can represent legal matters and a possible court case. It can also symbolize a restoration of balance. It indicates that fair play, honesty, harmony, and balance are coming. Situations will work themselves out. Trust and leave the dispensing of the justice in the hands of the gods. Justice, legal matters, fair outcome to a court case, cause and effect, allowing the gods to take care of the outcome, honesty, equilibrium, integrity, and equality. Athena, Matt, Themis, your sign Libra. Yeah, because there's been a lot of people who've been biased towards you because they're jealous of you. There's been a lot of injustices done to you, Libra. There's been a lot of delays. There's been a lot of unfair outcomes. That is all about to change. Okay, the crone is your future self telling you that is going to change. The scales are balancing in your favor. The odds are in your favor this time, Libra. Okay, I know if there's any fans of the Hunger Games out there, but the odds are in your favor this time, okay? And then we go to the High Priestess. The High Priestess before you is a powerful, mystical, wise, and compelling. She is serious, kind, just, and compassionate. This is the maiden aspect of the goddess. It's like a full circle for you. Okay? Her wisdom is all-encompassing. The High Priestess wears an earthreal silver gown and royal blue hooded cape as she sits in contemplation upon her throne. Her feline familiar sitting calmly at her side. See, and that showed up twice here, too. The blue sky and nature are her backdrop, and the moon and the stars of the cosmos are at her feet. Pomegranates grow lushly around her, and she is stationed evenly between the 2 lunar pillars. The High Priestess is calm and in control of the occult powers she wields. She does not lean towards the waxing energies or towards the waning energies of the moon, as she is not inclined to the light or the dark. The High Priestess is centered and neutral. The High Priestess wears a triple goddess crown and a necklace of amber and jet stones to denote her rank. Amber increases mental power, and jet enhances psychic abilities. Both important qualities for the High Priestess. In her hand, she holds a scroll for knowledge and blooming sage, which represents wisdom. The pomegranates are sacred to the goddess Persephone, and they signify royalty and elegance. The young black cat, the classic witch's familiar, represents the feminine mysteries of the craft. When this card appears in a reading, it often marks a time of initiation and learning. The maiden goddess is challenging you. Be wise and listen to her words of wisdom. This card is a reminder to quietly and calmly seek occult knowledge and look within. Use your intuition and trust your instincts. This is not the time to let your emotions rule you. Instead, it is an opportunity for growth and a chance to gain real insight and understanding. The High Priestess teaches you to be strong, wise, and steady. She quietly shows you that in order to attain real wisdom, you must remember to always work your magic thoughtfully and from a place of neutrality. The maiden aspect of the goddess, neutrality, initiation, wisdom, inner knowledge, intuition, lunar energy, and magic. Waxing moon, magic, the feminine mysteries of the craft. Artemis, Diana, Persephone, the maiden goddess. The moon here is this energy that is really powerful right now, and trusting your intuition. Yeah, because there's a lot of people that are out of balance. They have a lot of repressed energy. They are refusing to learn and grow. And the unrecognized potential, like, I mean, the King of Swords is like, I want to mentor you, but you have to, like, that type of energy, like, even if you're the one trying to mentor, like, that energy that you're trying to mentor has to be open to being mentored. If it's not open to being mentored, then you don't need to waste your time anymore mentoring it. Okay? Instead, go back to the drawing board and refocus your energy on what you can learn and what you can grow from in your own life. Because there's an energy here that's like trying to pull you back into its own toxic web of lies and manipulation. Okay, we don't like that. Okay, so and I feel like you've already seen how far a lot of people in your life have already like as far as like potential goes, like you've already spent enough time around those people to see like who actually has potential and who actually learns and grows and who actually just like refuses to. And you're not going to be successful if you're just staying around people who are like that all the time, because it's going to drag you down eventually. It's going to wear you out eventually, because you're going to be the one stuck doing all the work for them. You know, and that kind of is like a bully, like a classic bully, right? It's like they want you to do their homework for them, you know, and you're just like, this is spiritual homework. I'm not doing your spiritual homework for you. Stupid AF. Like, dumb AF, okay? So, 3 of Cups, okay? So, a coven of 3 women are grouped together and facing each other. Each woman holds up a silver cup as if they are celebrating and toasting their group's success. To further reinforce the element of water and its magic, we see a flowing waterfall and stream in the background. The women are wearing flowing, colorful gowns with mystical symbols on them, and their magical silver jewelry sparkles in the sunlight as they appear to be quietly celebrating a Sabbat, perhaps midsummer in the garden. The trinity of women are surrounded by many different kinds of magical flowers. Each of the flowers in this card are associated with the element of water. The tall, rosy purple foxgloves represent fairy magic and protection. The irises whisper of magical messages and the communication that flows between them, the coven members. The pansies, also known as heart's ease, show that they all think kindly of each other, while the violets are blessings from the goddess and the fairies. Finally, the pink roses announce a real and lasting friendship. This card illustrates the power of 3, and there are 3 trinities in the card. The 3 women, the 3 cups, and the 3 tall spires of magical foxglove plant. Meanings. When this card flows into a reading, it is a reminder of the bond of magic and friendship, and it is an illustration of the power of 3. Your magic is manifesting at this time. Whether you have cast your spells as solitary or with your beloved friends and members of your coven, magic is all around, and it is working. Expect growth, success, and creativity. Your goals are coming to fruition. This card represents a magical friendship that brings delight and enchantment into your life. It may also indicate spiritual or psychic growth, gaining a new degree in your coven, or advancing in your course of magical studies. A happy occasion, a gathering of friends, family, or coven members to celebrate. The power of 3 and the magic of manifestation. Observing the Sabbats, sharing experiences, magical advancement, psychic growth, the bonds of a healthy magical friendship, growth, success, and creativity. Self-centeredness, strife within the coven, your magic has come up against roadblocks. Yeah, and that's the thing is like, you're going on the witch's journey, right? You're going on the witch's road, right? So you're not going to bring along people that aren't witches, okay? You know, you're not going to bring along bitches, okay? You want people in your life that love and support you and show you kindness, okay? And you're seeing the difference of that, and it really is like night and day. Like, you really do get to experience the energy of people who are loving and caring in your life, and then you experience the energy of people who are not loving and caring in your life, and that can feel pretty shitty, okay? But the important thing to know is that you do have the power to block that energy from your life, okay? Especially if it's happening on like social media or via like text messages and stuff like that, which most low-life scumbags are gonna use the invention of technology as their weapon of choice. Well, you look so stupid doing that, but good luck with that. You know how to use a phone. Congratulations. You're going to block that energy from your life, okay? And you're not going to deal with that anymore. Report that as spam. I mean, so like just focus on the energy that is showing you love, that is showing you kindness, that is supporting your dreams and your destiny and your growth, spiritually, career wise. If you're not talking too spiritual here, which I mean, the Witch's Road is pretty spiritual. But if you're not, if you think, okay, like, how can I channel this into my career? People who reach out to you and want to support you on your career goals and dreams and show you that kindness, go that way. Go there, that journey, okay? Don't stay in that energy where you're around toxic people, where somebody is projecting onto you. It's not healthy for you. It's not beneficial in any type of way. It's going to drain you. So time to move on from that. And I'm sure it's long overdue, especially with the Justice card. It's like, that's a pretty strong force of energy to come in and be like, time to part ways with this, type of energy and this type of people, because they're not good for you. They're not even good for themselves. They destroy their own lives. They're pretty destructive people, but gotta move on from that. Okay, so here's some mystical energy cards for you. Blessed bounty, harvest grows and soil of gratitude, emotional healing, tears are rain nourishing the soul, and a maybe, fog lifts with the next tide, celebrate, rest your mind, and physical healing. Okay, so those are your witches cards. See, look at that. Little witch. Okay, so you are growing, you are learning, you are going through this emotional healing right now, and with time things will start to, it is a type of transformation here, but you're gonna have to have faith in yourself. You're gonna have to believe in yourself, okay? And you're gonna have to surround yourself with people who believe in you as well, and who love and support you and want to see you grow, and come out of the fog that you've been in for a very long time. Okay, Libra, so that's my message for you. Love and light always, beautiful souls. Take care now. Please subscribe to my channel. Leave me a heart in the comments. I love seeing the hearts or butterflies or roses, that sort of thing.